Yo, what's up guys? Pepino here. Long time no see. It's actually been 7 months since I uploaded my last video, so yeah, I think I'm back. In today's video we're gonna dive in none other than my favorite league mechanics in Path of Exile, Expedition. But before going, I'm going to say that I recorded this video in 3.22 after the patch notes of 3.23, and nothing changed at all for Expedition, so this guide is absolutely compatible with 3.23, and in case anything will change in future patches, I'll update the title of the video so you'll know if this guide is outdated. So yeah, let's start. For me, Expedition is the easiest way to make currency in this game. It's easy as fuck. In fact, even if you are starting out, you can make a shitload of currency. I'm going to explain now the basic details and mechanics of Expedition. You'll encounter two kinds of Expedition actually. Expedition encounters that you will encounter in your map, and we have also logbooks. Okay, I'll explain later in this video what they are and how to run them, but for now remember that there are two kinds, and in the Expedition encounter you will encounter mobs, okay, that you will slay them, of course. You are on Path of Exile, I mean, what else you can do, and those monsters will drop artifacts. You'll be trading those artifacts with those four guys. They are called Kalgurans, but we are gonna call them merchant in this video. So they give you like stuff, okay? That could be gear, currency, maps, almost everything. So that's why Expedition is that good. Later I'm going to show you what each of them do, but for now let's say that they are insanely good, okay? In this video I'm going to break down the nitty-gritty details on how to make currency with Expedition and how to maximize your profit. So yeah, stick around, that at the end of this video you'll be a Expedition pro. And I mean, I run Expedition at least on average 400 Expedition, yeah, logbooks, not Expedition, logbooks per league, so I think I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's dive in. So let's start talking about what you'll find in an Expedition encounter in your map. So first thing you'll see is the merchant wandering, waiting for you, and in this case we got Gwennen, as you can see in this image, but for now don't mind the name of the merchant. I'll explain you later what they do and what they sell, but for now just remember there is a merchant, and that merchant will tell you to place explosives to unearth stuff. So the explosive is this green circle you see in this image, and in this case inside of it it has like some skulls, as you can see, and this strange chest icon, and actually those skulls are monsters. And as you can see we have two kind of skulls in the bottom left image. We have small skulls and the big skull that is called the runic monster. So the big skulls are the one that we need the most because they drop artifacts, reroll currency, and logbooks. I will talk about those two later in the video, but remember that they are really important. And also we have chest. We have three tiers of chest. We have the normal one, the yellow one, and the red one. Of course, as you can think, like the normal one is shit, the yellow one gives a bit of loot, and the red one is the best one, and it gives the most loot out of them. Then we have the remnants, and we'll take a bit more time talking about the remnants because I think it's the most important part of a expedition. As you can see, they are, in this case we have 4 remnants, and on the up part of the remnant we have the downside mod, and on the bottom part we have the upside. So let's take an example. Let's see this bottom remnant we have here. So the downside is it's against monsters, cannot be critical strikes. So in case you have, let's say, a custom critical build and you take this remnant, you won't be able to deal damage because of course you only do criticals, and if you take that you won't be able, so you'll die of course because you won't be able to deal damage. And yeah, that's why you have to be a bit focused when you do expeditions, or at least you just have to like read the mods on the remnants. So, and then of course we have the upside. So let's take another example on the bottom right remnant. So on the downside it says most hits overwhelm 100% physical damage reduction, and on the upside it says 40% increased quantity of items found in excavated chest. So as I explained to you earlier, chests are a thing in this mechanics. So if you take this remnant that says increased quantity of excavated chests, that mod will be effective only after you take the remnant. So if you take that remnant plus the chest is underneath it, as you can see there is a yellow chest, that chest will have 40% increased quantity. But if you take a chest before taking that remnant, it won't have 40% because you haven't taken that remnant yet with 40% increased quantity. So I hope you understood how remnants work, and now we're going to do a test run. But before that, I'm going to show you my Atlas tree, and with this strategy we are increasing the pack size of the maps with grand design that grants us 1% increased pack size per allocated notable, and as a downside we have that every small passives grants nothing. And if you don't know what notables are, they are those slightly bigger passives, and each of them grants us 1% increased pack size of monsters in our maps. And apart from that, and of course expedition, we also are kinda focusing on harvest with the crop rotation, and I won't explain what it is because this is a only expedition guide, but you can find online a bunch of video that explains how it works. And yeah, this is it for the other strategy. Now, before going into the map, we always roll our maps, and in this case we are gonna run a strand map, but I suggest you to run like only straight layout maps, like in this case strand, because it's easier to find the expedition / harvest, and it's also easier to find the boss and finish the map. And if you are seeing all those remove only tabs, it's because I am in standard, but really it doesn't change much. Let me find this strand map first. Okay, now that we have the maps, we will roll them. And if you don't know what roll means, I'll show you right now. So we take the chisels to increase the quality of the map, and you do that to a normal map. It must be normal because otherwise you will waste chisels, because if you do it in a magic map, it will give us 2% quality per chisel, and in this case it gives 5%, only 4 chisels. Then we use a Orb of Alchemy to put our rarity to rare of our map, and we are aiming for 30% monster pack size. We have 23 here, so let's go and roll the map. We use our Orb of Scouring to turn the map normal, then Orb of Alchemy, like this. And let's see if we can find a 30% monster pack size. Oops. Okay, I'll take 28% because I'm spending a lot of Scouring and Alchemy, but 28 is also decent. I mean, we are aiming for 30 or like 28, yeah, 29, in that range. Then when we finish rolling the map, we need to use a expedition scarab for this strategy, and in my case I'm going to use a polished expedition scarab, but I mean, use whatever you want. You could even use a rusted scarab. We need the scarab to proc the expedition in our map. And then we are also gonna use the sacrifices pieces. So we take those 3, or I mean, you can use whatever piece of the sacrifice set you want. I'm gonna use those 3 because they are the cheapest one, and those grants us 5% increase the quantity of item found in our maps, so they are really good. And yeah, okay, they are already here. Then we put our map plus the Scarab. We proc our Eternal Worlds altar, don't forget that, because it's really good, and we go straight into the map. I'm using a X-Blast miner I bought for like 5 divines. It has really scuffed gear, or I mean normal gear, as you can see, like I don't have anything fancy. And this shows you that expedition could be done in really cheap gear. So let's find the expedition first. Oh shit. Okay, we found the expedition, and our merchant in this case is Tujen, but don't worry about that now. In this example run, I will show you how to place the explosives in the most efficient way. Then, okay, first thing we need to see is the upside of the remnants. So I see that there is a good upside here, but don't worry if you don't understand what they do, or like, I mean, if they're good, I will do a tier list later. So yeah, okay, this is decent, but it has a really shitty downside, so I think I can't really take it. Okay, this is the best mod in the remnants, I'm just gonna say that, so I'm gonna take this first, so we have a better chance to find the expedition logbooks. Yes, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna take that first. So we first take the best remnant we have in the encounter, so in this case this, plus we need to take as many runic monsters plus other stuff like the chest. Okay, so I'm taking 3 chests, 2 remnants, I mean sorry, runic monsters, and as you can see, if I hover in this part of the screen with the mouse, sorry if there is the cam, wait, oops, what the fuck, okay. So if I hover in this part of the screen, as you can see, it will show you where you placed the explosive, and it will highlight everything that is inside the explosive with a green color. So then we need to take as many Rix monsters as we can, as I said, so I need to take those 2 even too. Let's go maybe this way, yeah, because I can see a lot of runic monsters. You can take the same remnant even if you put like 2 explosives, of course, like I'm just gonna say that, but you cannot. This is a really bad downside, but I'm gonna take it anyways. Okay, I'm trying to get as many as runic monsters. Okay, I can't take this one for sure because my build does critical damage, I mean critical strike, so I'm gonna just take this one runic monster. Let's see, I'm gonna go this way, and I'm going to take those runic monsters, and that's it. We took I think every runic monster in the encounter. We didn't take the bad remnants, and we took just one with a good mod, as you can see. So yeah, if you hover instead in this part of the screen, you'll see what mods you've taken. So this is the mod that the monsters will have. So I think they are pretty good. I'm going to run it. Okay. Hope I'm not gonna die. I mean, that probability is pretty high, honestly, since my build is a bit scuffed. Holy shit. Okay, so runic monsters are very rippy, so you have to be careful as fuck. And so I already seen 3. Okay, that's good. So those are the reroll currency that I will explain you later what they do, but they are pretty damn good. They are expensive, so that's why we are doing expedition, baby. Another one. So we have 3 plus 1. We have 8. That is a pretty good number of reroll currency of this guy, and we didn't drop any logbooks. So if you don't know what they are, I'll explain you just when I finish this. I mean, I already finished it, so yeah, let's go and I'll explain you what logbooks are. So logbooks, they have expedition encounters in them. and they are way bigger. Like in this map I had 7 explosives, but in the logbooks with area level 83 we have like 20, so yeah, they are pretty big, and they have their own maps. So in this case, let's see how we read a logbook. So first thing we see is that the area level is 83, then we see the name of the map. In this logbook we have 3 maps. We can also find logbooks with only 2 maps as this one. And so in this logbook we have Rotting Temple with the Black Site Mercenaries, and they are the merchants. So in this case Black Site is of Tujen, okay. Vault Temple with Black Sites, Mercenaries, and also Ursal Outskirts with Druid of the Broken Circle, that in this case is Gwennen, okay. So when let's say that we run the Vault Temple with Black Site Mercenaries, we will find Tujen's artifacts and also Tujen Reroll Currency, but we cannot drop logbooks in logbooks. That you can do. So logbooks have implicit mods, as you can see. Like, let's take an example on the Vault Temple map. We have area contains 12 additional chest markers, so we have 12 additional chests plus 23% increased number of explosives. Yeah, that is pretty much straightforward. I mean, I don't have to explain you what they do, but let's take another example. Rotting Temple have 9 additional chests plus increased number of monster markers, and the monster markers are the small skulls, the one I showed you earlier. And that mod is not the best. A better mod will be like increased number of runic monster markers that we can find in some logbooks. So yeah, now I think it's time to talk about those guys, what they do, what they sell. Let's see, let's start with Rog. And when we click on the merchant, this will be shown, and we have to click deal for items. And now, oh, I was doing something here, I don't know what it is. So now this will be shown, and it's actually a page filled with gear, as you can see. And Rog, so what does he do? Actually, before that, I'm going to show you what the reroll currency is. And in this case, the reroll currency of Rog is called the scrap metal. And what does it do? It just rerolls the page. So as you can see now, we have those items. If I click on this icon, it just reroll the page, and now we have different items. And this is needed when like we finish the items in that page, or like we don't have anything useful. But like with Rogue we have gear. With like another merchant we will have currency. Like we can even buy artifacts with another merchant, or even reroll currency. So those tabs are not the same. Now I'm going to show you what Rogue does. For me, Rogue is my favorite one, cause like you can craft on gear with him, and he's so powerful at the start of the league, or like even in general, because you can craft crazy stuff. And to use him you need to have like a medium knowledge of the crafting system of this game. I'm going to do an example, like you need to know what you're doing. So like if you see an amulet, you are gonna instantly think of like, I wanna craft, let's say an example in this case, like I think about +2 skill gems. Like if I see, let's say this helmet, I'm going to think, okay, let's do a righteous fire helmet with a lot of regen example. I see a quiver, I want to do a +1 arrow quiver. Okay, this is what I mean with knowledge. If you didn't get anything that I said, like it's normal, don't worry, you'll get to it. You just need to play the game, experiment yourself with crafting. It's absolutely normal that at the start of the game you won't understand shit, because this game is hard. And yeah, now let's do an example with Rogue's ability. So let's take this amulet, no? So when we want to craft an item, we need to buy it first. So in this case, it costs 42 lesser order artifacts. And artifacts are like those stuff that you can, as I said earlier, you can find them in expedition encounters and logbooks. And they are really, really worth, because like we can buy stuff with them, of course. So we buy this amulet, and now Rog will ask us what to do with the item. So in this case, it's saying apply a random quality type to the item. So it will apply a random catalyst to the item. I'm gonna say, yeah, why not? Like, so he added some physical and chaos damage modifiers. I mean, like quality. Now it's asking us to reroll prefixes 6 times, keeping the best outcome. So in this case, we have 2 absolutely awful prefixes, so I'm gonna say, why not? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And upgrading the item, accepting this, will cost us artifacts. So in this case, it's gonna cost us 25 lesser order artifacts. That, I mean, in this case, I have 10,000, okay, so why not? I'm gonna do it. Now we have even worse mods. No, I'm joking, they are slightly better, but still shit. Now it's asking us, I'm gonna reroll this item 10 times, the suffixes of this item, keeping the best outcome. You wanna do it? I'm gonna say, yeah, why not? They're shite. Okay, now, okay, yeah, now they're very much better, because now we have fire damage and regen. Now it's asking us to again reroll the prefixes, this time 3 times, keeping the best outcome. I'm gonna do it. And shit, it's saying something that I don't really wanna do, because we have decent suffixes, and it's asking us to reroll them 10 times. And I really don't wanna do it, so I'm gonna skip this craft. And as you can see, the skip button has a downside. So when we skip, the next craft are gonna be 5% like more expensive, so in terms of artifacts. So I'm gonna do it. And there is another downside though. If we skip, then we can't skip twice in a row. And if we get a, let's say, the same crafting option that we got like earlier, let's say we get reroll suffixes, I can't skip it. Then I needed to like take the item, and that's it. Then the item is shit. But it didn't like happen this time, so I can like do it. I can upgrade the item. So now it's asking us to add a prefix modifier 5 times, but keeping only the best outcome. Let's see. Okay, now we have lightning damage to attacks, then reroll values. So in this case, it will reroll the rolls of the prefixes. Let's see. Yeah, now we have decent rolls. Now it's asking us to add a suffix, and why not? We have dexterity. And now for the last reroll, upgrade, it's saying reroll modifier, so like values 3 times. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Now we have this amulet that is dog shit. I'm not gonna do anything with it. That was just an example. We will talk about Gwennen then. So Gwennen is the worst merchant in my opinion, because she got nerfed a while back. And what she do is that like she can modify the rarity of an item that has no rarity. So like, let's take an example. I want to get this wand. So when I buy it with artifacts, of course, this one can be any rarity of the game. So can be normal, magic, rare, or like unique. Let's see, of course unique is gonna be more rare, but it could be unique. Let's see. Okay, she gave us a magic wand. So let's see, let's reroll the page. We see there is a leather belt. This could be, as I said, any rarity of the game. So maybe we get a unique belt, a good unique belt. Let's see. No, we got a rare belt. And this is a bit shite, because like, I mean, this has horrendous mods. But yeah, this is what Gwennen do, and for me is the worst merchant. Now we go to my boy Tujen, and for like, I don't know, 5 leagues in a row for me, he was the best boy in the fucking game, cause he sells currency. And who doesn't like currency? Like, I don't think anyone doesn't like currency. He sells a bunch of shit. He can sell mirror shard. He is the best farmer of Stargate decks because he sells a lot of Stargate decks. He sells any currency except for Mirror of Calandra. So it works like this. We can haggle with him. So in this case, this Chaos Orb should cost 56 lesser black site artifact. But when we click on the Chaos, it shows this screen. So we can haggle with him. But if we go lower than, I don't know, you think it's a good price, like let's say 17, it's gonna get mad. For me, a good price is 34. I think he will accept this price. Yeah, now we have a Chaos Orb. Same thing applies with this Orb of Regret that is selling for 34. I will say, okay, I want this Orb of Regret for 20. And it will say, no, bro, I don't like that price. 26 for me is better. But no, 24. And I get that price. Let's see if we get anything good. Okay, I rerolled the page. Now we got 3 stacked decks. I don't want that price. Let's lower it a bit. He will say, nah, I don't like that price, but I will lower it again. And I got the stacked deck. So you like should pay half the price it's showing. So in this case 35, you should like pay, let's say, maybe not half the price, but more like 66% of the price. So in this case I say 20. If he says no, it's okay, like you do even like 66% of the new price, so like 27. I think 66%, like in theory it's like 25. Yeah, we go. Then Orb of Fusing, instead of 60 we go like 40. No, okay, then we go again. Okay, like I have a muscular memory for this. I've done this fucking shit like 10,000 times. And yeah, you do that and you make a shit load of money. Now we gonna talk about my boy Dannig. So Dannig, he sells artifacts, so, and even reroll currency and logbooks. So if you're running low on others merchant artifacts, you can buy them from him. So like you see, there are like any kind of artifacts there is in this game, and even he sells artifacts for sale. So like in this case, instead of 1 Greater Sun artifacts, he sell like this many artifacts, each for 0.8 Greater Sun artifacts. So let's see, like as you can see, like 523 of those cost 419 Greater Sun artifacts. But if I want to buy them in a normal price, of course they will cost 523, because each one of them will cost 1 Greater Sun artifacts. So okay, yeah, it's a good price, but it can go even lower than that. Lowest price it can go for each artifacts is like 0.5 of each artifacts. And as I said, you can even buy like reroll currency. I'll buy them all, why not? And even logbooks. So if you farm his logbooks, you can kinda self-sustain them, okay? Like you buy his logbooks, you run them, you farm his artifacts, his reroll currency in those logbooks, and then you trade with him. And if you find, let's say, in those trades one of like some of his logbooks, you can self-sustain them, because like you buy a logbook from him, you run it, you farm his currency and reroll currency, and you go on like this. It could happen. It's a bit rare, but it could happen. And as you can see now, if I reroll the page, we get other currency at different prices. Now it costs 0.6 exceptional sun artifact. In fact, like how it works is like this, I think the third tier of artifacts there is, and it costs the third one of his artifacts. So 0.6, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy everything. Now I reroll again. I got another logbook with the pretty good, honestly. This logbook is pretty good. I'm gonna buy it. Now I'm gonna buy every reroll currency there is, because they are always good. Except for this one, maybe you could skip this one because it's shit. It's for like Gwennen and stuff, and so on. Now I hope you understood well what I said, and now I think it's time to show you the tier list of like logbook mods, merchants, remnant mods, and so on. So this is the tier list I was talking about. I will link it down in the description, of course, and let's start. So first thing we have, first thing we have the merchant tier list, and for first place we have both Rog and Dannig. Rog, as I said, is my favorite one because you can craft really powerful stuff with him at the start of the league. Even like the whole league, you can make money with him. So that's why he's in first place, and also Dannig is in first place because, as I said, he's really powerful. You can farm other guys artifacts with him, even reroll currency, plus you could technically self-sustain his logbooks forever, or at least if you are lucky for a long time, maybe not forever. Then we have Tujen, and Tujen for me is really close to first place, just because like you can really make a shitload of money on the first days of the league. Like, yeah, Tujen is not in first place because like the more you go further with the league, like the more like it becomes useless, because like it's not like crafting gear. He will sell you maybe, yeah, 4 divines, maybe 2 divines every 20 reroll currency, but that's it. You can yeah, make a lot of money with him, but it's not at level like Rog or Dannig. Then we have Gwennen, and yeah, she's shit. Don't run her stuff. That's it. Now we have the logbook map tier. So the god tier has the most small and tight maps. So every runic monster, a remnant, chest can be like clamped together, so you can take more of them with the explosives. And there are 3 maps, and the first map, the best one, is Val Temple. Then we have Forest Ruins and Utsal Outskirts. Then we have, of course, I tier with Desert Ruins, Shipwreck Reef, and Cemetery. Those are like a bit more, how can I say, like they are slightly bigger. Then as I last year we have Mountainside. Don't ever run Mountainside. Like, it's absolutely shit. It's like big as my fucking town. Is enormous. Like, it's enormous, an enormous map. And even if you find one logbook with 2 Rog stuff, plus both maps are Mountainside, bro, sell it. Don't run it, because it's a waste of time. You will waste currency. It's like worth to sell more than to run it. And I suggest you to even sell these like maps, even if they have a good merchant in them, because like their layout is very bad. I suggest you to run from this entire to god tier, honestly. Then we have the best logbook mods. So the first mod, the best one, is Area Contains Expedition Boss. What is an expedition boss? So every merchant has its own boss. Uhtred is from like Rog. Then we have Olroth, it's Dannig's boss. Polana, Tujen's boss. Medved, Gwennen's boss. Let's say we find Uhtred in a logbook. He will, if you are of course able to kill him, because he's very tough, he will drop like Rog's artifacts, plus a bunch of reroll currency that even can be 20, 30, that depends on the remnants that you pick. But I'll show you after this part of the video how to run a logbook. Like, then we have an increased number of runic monster markers. Of course, the more runic monsters we have in a map, the more loot we get. Then we have a number of remnants, of course. Also, like, the more remnants we get, the more the chances of finding a good remnant. Increase explosive radius and number of explosives. Then if you are running low on artifacts, you can run some increased quantity of artifacts dropped by monster, so you farm artifacts instead of focusing on dropping like reroll currency. Then we have the best expeditions remnants mod. The first mod that can only be found in expedition encounters in map is increased quantity of expedition logbooks dropped by runic monsters. As I said, like logbooks are really valuable, and this mod is really good because your chances of dropping one is higher if you take it. Then we have a peculiar mod. Runic monsters are duplicated. This mod, yes, it's a upside, but you'll find it in the downside part of a remnant. So if you remember, it's on the upper side of the remnant. So you have to read the remnants really well to find it. Yeah, it's really hard to see. Then we have increased number of monsters, pack size. Of course, the more monsters we have, the chance of dropping anything good will be higher. Then we have increased quantity of items dropped by monsters. Like it's the same theory as like the pack size, and so on. So now I'm going to show you how to run a logbook properly, and it's very similar to the expedition encounter, it's just bigger. So yeah, let's see. So let's say you dropped an insane logbook with insane mods like this one, okay? As you can see, it has one of the god tier maps, Utsal Outskirts, plus Black Site Mercenaries, that is Tujen, and it has 3 mods that are really good. As you can see, like increased number of runic monsters, increased quantity of artifacts dropped by monsters, and so on. So what you should do is, instead of selling it or like running it as it is, you should split it. So what I mean with split is like taking this logbook and transform it in 2 identical logbooks. This is like mirroring, but it's kinda slightly different, okay? So how do you split an item, in this case a logbook? You need a beast called Phenomenal Plagued Arachnid. So how do you check if you have that beast? Maybe, I don't know, you farmed a bunch of Einar missions. You click H on your keyboard and this will be shown. Then you have to click on Bestiary tab, you go on the recipes, and you go a bit down, like you start from here, you go down, and you gotta check if you have split an item into 2. If you got that, yeah, you can split the item. Otherwise, you gotta buy the Phenomenal Plagued Arachnid on the trade site. If you are on SSF, you have to, I mean, you gotta farm it yourself, but I'm in Trade League, so you need to go on the trade site and search for Phenomenal Plagued Arachnid, and you buy one. I mean, of course, the cheapest like option. In this case, like, let's say, I think you know. I mean, I think you know how to buy an item in the trade site. So, okay. Then you get the beast, and you need to go to the menagerie first. Second thing you need to do is to roll your logbook to, I mean, not perfection, but almost. So you want the best mods to get at least 35%. In this case, my logbook is already rolled, as you can see, 40%, 40%, and 23%. But like, let's do an example with this one, okay? You need to use the Blessed Orbs, okay? Blessed Orbs roll the values of the implicit modifiers of an item. The mods on the logbook are implicit, so you can roll them. Let's take an example of the Desert Ruin Maps mods, okay? So area contains 27% increase number of runic monster markers. That is a good mod, and I want it to be at least 35%. So I take the Blessed Orb and I spam it till I get at least 35%. So I get 28, now 29, 10, 24, 38 is a good like roll. Now the other rolls are absolutely dog shit. So this is your decision. What should you do next? Like, for me, I should roll it again, cause I mean, 10% increased explosive radius is absolutely dog shit. So I'll do it again till of course hit 36 in this case. And yeah, this is slightly better and I'll keep it as it is. Now, we take the logbook you want to split, then we use an Orb of Alchemy on it. So we can make it rare, because you can split other rarities. It must be rare. Then we go this way, we click on Blood Altar, we put our logbook in here, and we go here. You click on this mod, on this option, and you go on craft. And now, I don't know if you ever done this, like, this is called beast crafting. When I click on craft, beasts, or mobs will spawn, and I need to kill them to be able to split the item. If you have a dogshit build, don't do it. Like, you should really split it, but if you have a dogshit build, just, I don't know, upgrade your build to be able to do this. Now, I'm gonna do it. Hope I'll be able to do it. Of course I'm able to do it. And as you can see, it dropped a logbook, okay? And it says split. But if you go on the Blood Altar, you still have this one. And now you have two identical logbooks, okay? Now we just cover them and we roll them. We are aiming for at least 60% increased quantity, item quantity, but even now, yeah, 60% is there really minimum. Let's see if we can get it. 61 awful mods, I'll reroll it. 62 awful mods, I'll roll it again. 61 decent mods. 71 okay, decent mods. Let's go. Now that we have both code rolled, we will run them. And no, you don't go to the map device, put the logbook, etc, etc. You need to go to Dannig, to Dannig, click on show expedition map, and then you have to pick your logbook and put it in this slot. And as you can see, it will be show like every map that is on your logbook. In this case, I only have black size mercenaries in this logbook, and I will need to click on the right map. In this case, like if I over in this site, it will say Battleground Graves. This is not the map. In this case, Stars Looms. This is not the map. In this case, of course, it will be the right one. Ulsal Outskirts. I click it, and then I click on Open Portals. Portals will be opened, and then we get in the map. And so you will join this kind of map. As you can see, it's really big with different icons on the screen. What the fuck are those? Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you what they are. And we click tab and we see the map. So sometimes you can find bosses even if they are not written in the logbook. So as you can see, this icon here is the boss of Tujen in this case. Then we have other icons. Like, let's see, this icon is a chest that gives essences. This is a chest that gives artifacts. This is metamorph. This is delirium, and so on and so on. Then we have those, of course, that you know this one, it is remnants. Those two icons are underground, I think, passage. They're called like this, I'm not too sure about, but they are little maps where like you can find chests, you can find like other kind of chests that gives only artifacts and so on. So now we will try to place the explosives in a decent way. Not decent, the most efficient way possible. So we move around. As we can see, like this map is really good because the monsters are really clamped together. As you can see, like we have a lot of runic monsters, but we are kinda unlucky in this map because it has so few remnants. Like, it's embarrassing. Maybe this one is really good. So I'm going to start taking this chest because having artifacts is always good, so we never run low on them. also this one plus 2 runic monsters. Then we go this way, we take this chest plus 2 runic monsters. Then we go this way, same thing, runic monster plus the remnant that is not that bad. We go this way, we take 3 runic monsters, and so on and so on. We take those. This with the chest. These 3. And of course we need to make sure that we have enough explosives to go to the boss room. So I need to go a bit slower. Then we go this. And quantity of item dropped by monster also applies to bosses. So if you take a bunch of them and then you do the boss loot will be enhanced. So you, instead of, like, let's say drop 10 reroll currency, you'll drop 15. Okay, so I mean that's what quantity does. So let's take those 2. This also gives quantity. I'm gonna take it. It's pretty rough. Remnant is pretty rough because it gives more resistances to monsters, so they will be tough to beat. Gonna take this one. I don't deal fire damage, so why not? Plus I'm taking also the underground zone. So yeah, this one. Pack size, but in this case I can't take it because if I take monsters are immune to chaos damage, my build literally will be gone. My build only deals chaos damage. We do this, and if you're wondering why I'm not clicking this button, because to like place explosives, you can click V button to place them. So yeah, and yes, I took the boss, and yeah, the fucking logbook is done. This was a good mod, but I can't take it really. And yeah, so let's see. As you can see, I didn't take that many remnants, but like the few I took, they were really good with increased quantity of item dropped. So yeah, now we detonate the explosives and we hope I can finish the logbook with this build. Now, of course, a monster will appear. Right away we drop 4 exotic carnage. Oh shit, I mean, if I die... Okay, oh my god, I was like, what the fuck, why they're not dying? Okay, so, if I die now, I'm fucked, because I'm sure the boss will be so fucking tough to beat. Why I'm seeing so many stuff on the... yeah, I think I have like a shitty filter. Okay. We take everything, maybe not this helmet. Now, let's go to the underground zone so I can show you what it is. As you can see, it's called Shittering Chamber, and there are a bunch of different zones. In this case, we got this one, and it spawns, yeah, arachnids, so spiders. And if you're afraid of spiders, I'm so sorry for you. And as you can see, it spawns some chests. In this case we got 3, but sometimes it can even be like 6, 7, even like 1, so that is just your luck. It depends really on your luck. Meanwhile, I'm opening the chests, and now we have the boss. In this case, this boss has no boss room, it's just on the open, so when I go that way it will trigger. So let's see. Okay, now this is the boss. I'm gonna try to... oh my fucking god. So this mechanic of this boss is pretty strange. So okay, so if you I'm sorry, I can't concentrate while talking. So if you want to know how bosses work in Expedition, you just need to see another video, because I won't show you pretty much, because this is just a guide to understand how Expedition works, not like how bosses on Expedition works. So let's see if I can beat this bitch. even though I doubt it, I cannot. Like, my build is pretty good, only my fucking... I'm squishy as fuck! Ah! Oh, shit! I died again. Okay. I also forgot to place the totem that gives Wither the buff. So, yeah. Now I beat the boss, and as you can see, I was rewarded with some artifacts, plus 19 exotic coinage that, yeah, they're a lot. On average, you will drop, even without the boss, like 10 exotic coinage per map. Of course, that depends on your luck. That could be 10, could be 7, could be 8, could be 15, depends, even on how many bosses you find. So, we even dropped a iron flask that is only droppable by killing this boss, Porana. Honestly, I don't think this is like good or anything, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think that is it for the video. Actually, I don't have anything else to say. We pretty much I pretty much explained everything there was to explain. If I missed something, just tell me down below in the comments. I know that my English is not the best. For sure I made some mistake, like saying some shit in the wrong way. As long as you understood me, I don't care. If you have any question, just ask me, and that's it. Yeah, so see you another time. Bye.